Wow, didn't even know, but welcome everybody. Welcome all you Probot fans for the semifinals of Probots. I'm your host or first caster, Drekken, and I am joined by the missing in action, but now here, ESChamp. How are you?
I'm good. Just getting over sickness, but I feel better. Ready to cast some Probots.
Ready for some Probot action, ESChamp? I've drank so much caffeine, I'm so wired, and I'm ready for some Probots. This is it. So if you guys are just tuning in, if you've never done Probots before, this is the tournament. I like to say the mini, soon-to-be GSL of AI custom bots. One day. But for now, we got a lot of the people from the StarCraft AI community who've created bots to battle and find out who has the best bot. ESChamp, you and Endersword did the first round of 8.
Yep.
And then Endersword and I did the second round of 8. And now you and I are doing the semi-finals. Let me get you up to speed. What happened coming to this point? I don't know if we can get some graphics for the bracket, but just in case we can't, I'll give you last round of 8. We had ESChamp's AI against Tier. And ESChamp advanced. It was a 2-1, so it wasn't necessarily one-sided. Their 8-tier took the first game, and ESChamp took the last 2. It was kind of a nail-biter in a weird way.
That's cool to have a 2-1, you know?
Yes, it was like our first 2-1, and we were kind of thinking it was going to be like, 3-0s all the way through, but it was really exciting. ESChamp in his interviews was very confident about his bot's performance, and his bot showed how good it can be.
Yeah, I assume if the bot can play just as good as as ESChamp can, then he can at least be a gold level player. So.
Absolutely. So just got a little buzzing in my ear. Woo! So CreepyBot versus Cannon Lover. That was the other game in the round of 8. And CreepyBot is, as his name says, originally I thought the name meant it was a creepy bot. But what it really means is the bot spreads a lot of creep really fast everywhere.
That's pretty cool.
It legit just spreads creep at the most efficient rate as you could possibly think. And Cannon Lover does he builds cannons. Okay,
so how does that work out then?
Oh, it's exactly as badly as you might think because the cannons could not land on the creep. And so if Cannon Lover's ability was to rush cannons, CreepyBot rushed creep, and it made it very difficult for Cannon Lover to execute a strategy. But it did keep trying. It did keep trying to spread spread cannons as many times until the point that it unfortunately did not survive.
It's all about trying, Drekken. You can't be perfect at this game right off the bat. It's all about failing and getting better at it. But that's interesting. The whole creep versus cannon is literally the opposite of what you think it would be. You think that the cannon rusher would probably win right away. Just based on how Zerg works, you could probably cannon the natural, but then again, I would have to go and look at the programming for it. But no, I think when it comes to cannon rushing versus creep, I would think in the beginning, cannon rushing would probably win, and then creep spread, as we all know, especially Terran players. Creep is pretty broken to where it's if it gets out there and kills half the map, it's pretty easy to win the game from then on out.
And good news is this game is going to have AviloBot, your favorite Terran bot.
Is it though?
Well, isn't it though? Isn't it though?
It's how you like the. I can't think of a good analogy. I know AviloBot's facing 5minBot, and 5minBot is more of my spirit animal than AviloBot is. So I'm gonna say I'm definitely the 5minBot guy, but I love watching AviloBot play.
Speaking of AviloBot, I wanted to share this meme, and I'm hoping we can show this meme. Tara, can you put up the meme that I saw in the Discord? I have to share this with the rest of everyone else. Hopefully we can see it. If not, already the memes have begun. AviloBot, I think was I think I would like to say AviloBot's a favorite because it plays like Avilo. But one thing to keep in mind that these bots have been tweaked before the finals.
So it's not like original like program. Is that cheating?
So they have to keep. So the organizer, I mean, the bot creators have to keep their bot 75% the same of like others. So they can only do minor changes. They cannot remake their bots from scratch.
Okay.
So these bots will have some new programming in the sense that they'll be able. Oh, there it is. Leave AviloBot alone. Oh my gosh! I'm hoping the stream gets to see this.
That kind of looks like Avilo too.
Memes for dreams.
Like if you had Avilo, like get a haircut and then put a hat on sideways on this person, pretty much would look like Avilo.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny. So they can change some of the general programming for the bot, but they can't change the overall bot itself. So I just saw the meme on the stream. I couldn't help myself from laughing. Yeah, it's one of those things where we might see some different programming from what these guys have learned from the last rounds on how to make it different. So
yeah, I think it's like it's all about tweaking. You know, you can never make these right away like the best bots ever unless you've done this before. As we saw in the first day, it was all about like you saw like the if and ands. Like obviously the rushing stuff doesn't really work out because a bunker totally destroys that. And like in the first 5 minutes, if you're facing a cheeser, like overly defending is a lot better than you would be like, let's say in a normal game with a person versus person, because you can't over defend or else you're just as behind as if you took damage in general.
Yeah. Well, see, we're in the second phase now, like of the tournament. We're in semifinals. So these bots, I think we're gonna get a lot different types of games because these are the season bots. Last time in the round of 8, we had some kind of a little bit of derpiness, I think, from the round of 8, where some bots couldn't get up the ramp. What was that? What was that bot? Like just couldn't get up the ramp. Was that Micro Machine? Micro Machine had a hard time getting up the ramp against AviloBot, and 5minBot just kind of dominated. So it's going to be interesting to see how 5minBot, who tries to finish the game in less than 5 minutes, and AviloBot, who tries to go to hardcore macro, is going to do.
Pretty much how you would play against Avilo, though, is like pushing the issue more so than, playing to his style. It's all about like StarCraft, and obviously this is a bot versus a bot, but StarCraft's all about, throwing off your opponent as much as being comfortable with your play style. So if you know someone plays a certain play style, you can always like use that as a cutting corner to like do certain things, whether it's like greedy or more aggressive or just general play style, which is definitely what these bots aren't going to be doing. So I'm sure they're just going to do whatever is in their programming, more or less. But yeah.
So before we start, though, we do have a little special presentation we wanted to share with everybody. So Tara is going to throw up onto our screen shortly. Someone asked before, how do the bots look like when they play? Because obviously they're bots. So I wanted to show you guys a little bit behind the scene of how we ran this tournament. Tara, take it away. Well, it's going to take some few seconds. So while that's happening, while Tara's putting it up, what we're going to end up seeing is what it looks like when bots play. How would you imagine it's going to look like ESChamp, if you were to think about bots?
Like a Korean on cocaine and steroids?
That image is something I can never get out of my head right now. All right, here we go. We got it. So this is what it looks like when you want to get a bot to play each other. You kind of tell them, don't worry, this is not a tournament game. This is simply a test game. And it's essentially it runs 2 instances of StarCraft. And they just play at like 6 times speed. It's going to be, can you see it, ESChamp?
I cannot.
Oh, well, you have to look on the clean feed.
I am. I just see a lot of, oh, okay. That's getting brought up. I'm at 1950, so it's like.
So yeah, essentially what we see is like the bots simply run at high speeds and just calculate instantly. I don't know if we're gonna get a chance to see like the actual little, like this could be like their what they end up doing when they calculate things, but I always thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, this is kind of like the behind the scenes of how we ran this tournament, and you guys get to kind of see all the little magic of these bots and their thinking. And then we get a replay, and then we end up doing it here for you guys to watch.
Yeah, that was a failed cannon rush. Print F would be very disappointed.
Yeah, I would imagine that this bot was not under his tutelage. Instead, it was simply...
That was a Drekken cannon rush.
Yeah, you know, we shall call this Drekken bot. I like the circuit of life. I release it. So yeah, that's how the bots look like. So we're gonna get into the first game as soon as Terra bounces off of here. We're gonna take a slight break to make sure everything is synced up, and then once everything is synced up, we will start the first game. I don't know if Tara heard us and sent us to a quick technical break. We just need to sync up, guys, and then we're going to get the first game underway, which will be AviloBot versus 5minBot. All right, guys, we are back. Sorry about that. We had some slight technical stuff, but that is over now. We are ready to get into the first game of Probots, AviloBot versus 5minBot. No worries. What are you feeling is going to be the outcome of this match? What are your predictions for this match, ESChamp?
Win or lose, AviloBot has already won in my heart. Like,
Why?
going from the play, well, just because like it captures the person. This is the only person or the only bot that really has like a persona of another person, especially a streamer that you can actually go watch after this, of course, and like pretty much compare. Be like, yeah, kind of does play the same. 5minBot is just more towards like the style that it plays rather than capturing any specific person.
So also remember, one of the things is you didn't see, but these actually you did see that the bots have intros. They have intro yes. music. I'm gonna ask you at the end of it which one is your favorite intro music.
Oh, now in the first. Okay.
We're gonna do the verses though. Let's go to the verses screen right now because our bot creators have some interesting things to say to each other. So let's. All right, so versus screen. I totally can't. I just realized I have to watch off the streams. I actually don't have it. So AviloBot, 5minBot. I added some bugs to make it less one-sided. Hopefully your bot can now last more than 5 minutes. AviloBot. I looked forward in times and I saw 14,605 futures of our matches, and I won every single one of them. What? Even though I think it's actually the other way around, but rip. Either way, crazy smack chalk. Okay, are we ready to go to the game? Because if so, what you've all been waiting for, AviloBot versus 5minBot. Game 1. Let's do it. All right. We'll do some intros and hopefully we all sync up in terms of that and doesn't kill us in terms of my ears as it did before. I can't even tell if we're playing right now.
No, we're not.
Okay. Oh, there you go. In the top left-hand corner, the bot from downtown, AviloBot. I don't know. It's good. I'm always scared to do if the intro is going to pop up and like kill me. It always kills me.
Well, we have spawning in the bottom right as the blue Terran. It is the 5minBot. I'm on 31 seconds, 32, 33, 34.
Oh, there.
All right,
we got it. There we go. I love the intro music. Though someone in the chat said that the bots actually, the names are swapped. I don't know if that is true. If that actually, AviloBot is actually 5minBot and 5minBot is AviloBot.
Well, you'll definitely tell based on their play styles, if anything.
Okay, well, let's. Well, we'll find out shortly. And then in the bottom right-hand corner is 5minBot. Well, allegedly 5minBot. It could actually be.
5minBot's going double barracks, so I like to think that it's 5minBot.
Okay, well let's find. So let's go with it right now, and if we see Banshees or we see the signature like AviloBot, like Rafflecopter Banshee, then we'll know to swap it. But I'm gonna go with the idea that blue is 5minBot and red is Avilo. I always feel like red represents Avilo. Like, is that just me, or is that I just always feel like?
No, that's pretty true. I mean, I think of myself as a yellow person, so like, or a yellow player, or an orange player.
Oh, you know what? Red is. Let's see. No, I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, I thought I knew for a fact. Like, oh, this must be Avilo, but now I'm still not even 100% sure. Well, I don't know. Here, is that a Reaper? Is it doing Reapers?
It is doing a Reaper.
Is that something that Avilo would do?
I mean, he'll lose the first Reaper.
Oh, wait, they're both going Reapers. What is this? These are aggressive bots.
So I remember from the first game though, Blue Terran is definitely 5minBot because he always does this like barracks reactor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Like, I'm pretty sure pretty sure that's correct. 5minBot is the blue Terran. AviloBot is the red Terran. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this. Look at this, like, scammy little. Look at this Reaper. Just all. Wow. Oh my God, is he gonna get away with this?
Is he gonna get worker killed? Does he prioritize that? Oh, I guess not.
I don't think he prioritizes. I feel like he doesn't prioritize worker kills. I saw him leave some. He dropped some mines though, so I felt like he had a plan and then he abandoned it. Did he leave?
Yeah, he left. And they're in the middle now.
So while we wait for the early game to get through, oh my gosh, action's already happening.
Yeah. 5minBot's being aggressive with his Reaper, but he might lose it. He should lose it. There's 3 units out.
Both of them, looks like they're even in terms of unit kill and worker kill. Oh, he's gonna lose it. He lost it.
He derped.
He derped. It's fine though. Like, with 5minBot on the way, like, I imagine he's gonna try to win it in 5 minutes, but I can't imagine what he could do at this moment. It was like a village just turtles it up.
Or if anything.
So these bots actually now have a little bit BM in them. Like, they're gonna. I've heard from that the actual creators have added more dialogue, so these bots will probably smack talk each other.
Yeah, they're probably. I mean, it's probably they're North American bots, right?
NA bots. NA ladders. I totally feel. I'm 100% feeling 5minBot, because I think it's going to be interesting to see whether or not 5minBot is going to push early, or if he isn't going to be Marine Marauders, easy peasy. Wonder if he gets medevac.
Everyone, all mech players are, except or only Avilo, I should say, have been like saying that the new Marauder buff is like pretty broken for mech versus bio. But in my situation, I don't think it really has mattered that much.
Why is that?
It's just not that big of a difference. If anything, losing it was more towards like, why did we lose it in the first place? Going to Legacy of the Void. I think the only thing people could argue was like in TVP, like Marauders could like 4 Marauders could kill a Nexus relatively easy late game.
One thing I don't remember, did AviloBot in the previous games expand? I almost felt like it was,
It kept getting rushed, so it stayed on one base forever.
Yeah, I remember it was like holding on to one base, and now it's 100% expanding. 5minBot went to attack, but just changed its mind. Oh, never mind. It's coming to be the aggressor again.
And AviloBot's going back into the natural, which is pretty interesting.
No. AviloBot is I mean, like, 5minBot is not quite making up its mind if it wants to go in or not. It's like it's thinking of going in, but it's not going in. It's
indecisive bot.
Indecisive bot 2.0. Oh, is it gonna go for the expansion? Man, AviloBot is prepared for this. Oh crap!
It depends on how good these tank shots are, but it looks like that 5minBot's gonna be able to push through this.
I think of a 5 minute. Oh
no, it's backing out. It's a pussy bot now.
My goodness. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I think 5minBot though still has a slight lead. Is it just me? Yeah, it's getting stim.
Yeah, it's getting stim. Honestly though, it was just one tank. It wasn't like that big of a deal. It wasn't even sieged, was it? Or it was sieged.
It was sieged.
Maybe I love the factor.
One thing I do.
What?
That tank is gonna be it. It's a tank. It's gonna do it.
I guess the programming is if there's a siege tank attacking you, back up.
It's afraid. Like, it was waiting for the medevacs. It knew it needed to wait for the medevacs. Medevacs are here, and now it's gonna do what it needs to do. It knows. Though I don't know. Do you think how much of a difference do you think medevacs are gonna make for this?
It depends if the dropping, how like everyone has like programmed the dropping, whether it's defending the drops or like how to utilize the drops. Like for example, like a lot of people would say instead of like if you see a ring of turrets, a turret ring, you would more likely back out, even though some players like me, for example, would just try to boost that and try to get whatever units you can into the main, just to force a reaction from the opponent. So we'll see what the bots like configure with how to go about that.
I wonder how much this map actually this map plays a role into the bot's decision. Like for 5minBot, this
I don't know.
Dreamcatcher is odd in terms of shape,
but taking 3 bases is like really crucial. Like AviloBot's doing a really good job taking 3 bases, but it's losing that first siege tank. That I mean, I think 5minBot just wins from here on out, right?
Because this is what 5minBot. Yeah, I think 5minBot totally takes it here. But like this was one of the things where 5minBot, I think, was being conservative. Like I think it knew it wasn't going to win that battle. Like I hope I'm not giving it too much credit, but I feel like it knew it wasn't going to win the battle, so it, it backed up. Oh my God, yeah. Now AviloBot is just coming in at one at a time. I don't see 5minBot.
This crazy stutter step is like Foxer micro. Oh, just like constant, like every little unit just backs up and shoots, and it just almost derps the unit.
Press F to pay respects to AviloBot. Oh wait, hold on. Is it dropping? What is it? Is that a Widow Mine? Bringing a Widow Mine over.
Yes, Draken. You've been playing for StarCraft for how long? That is a Widow Mine.
I know, but like, why just one? Like,
maybe to force. I mean, you can have an empty medevac and probably force an overreaction.
Yeah, but it didn't even drop it in the base. It just dropped it at like the 4th. Nope. 5minBot. Just securing his victory.
Sim is pretty broken in these situations because mech is like the basic weakness of mech is that it takes a long time to like get a good army composition because it's all splash damage. It's slow moving. That's why Cyclones were like, it's so good to go Cyclones in the beginning because you can make that transition a lot easier.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And as we see from AviloBot, not one Cyclone has been made. Probably because also Cyclones are really derpy, and you have to either like fully commit to them or actually like run away totally. There's no kiting with the Cyclones.
I thought, like, don't Cyclones fall off really easily though?
They fall off like after stem and stuff, but they still trade out mid game relatively well. So it's like a unit. It's like Stalkers, I guess you could say. Like Stalkers
right.
Are good in the early and mid game. They actually transition okay to the late game.
Wow, hold on, look at this BM. What is this?
Is that being a little? Is it though?
I'm telling the bot to uninstall the game. Wow, easy.
I don't think Avilo has ever said uninstall the game seriously though. It's like his livelihood, right? So it's like
he was telling his opponent to uninstall the game.
Well, that's not very nice, but I mean that was a nice denial of the 4th, and it did bring back the whole army. I really feel like this is like in a StarCraft in a nutshell. But yeah, see, this is what it didn't even take a turret hit. I don't even think it took a turret hit.
No, it sensed the turret's range and automatically pulled out.
See,
that's how good it is.
But see, that's also a bad thing because like those times, like you could just have like 2 missile turrets.
Oh, it lost it. It lost one.
It could happen like that. Like without the turret, if you sense the turret ring and just back off, sure you don't drop, but you also don't like apply pressure with the drop.
It's being cautious. It's being cautious, and the AviloBot is being defensive.
Oh my God! 5minBot. 5minBot's maxed out though, relatively easily. So we'll see if he goes for a big push.
Well, if we remember, is it 100 supply? I think it's 100 army supplies when AviloBot tries to move out and counter. So it's where we are now, 90 to 90 army supply.
Oh wow! I mean, it's pretty late / game for these bots. Usually, we see like games only like stay in the early mid game, if anything. But this is pretty cool. I like to see how this pans out. Hopefully, it goes into a longer like macro game. But I thought AviloBot was dead for a second.
Well, that's the thing though. We were talking about pressure, and I feel like 5minBot let up the pressure. I feel like he could have clinched and ended it really early, but instead it decided to back up and regroup. Like it's doing this whole regroup aspect of moving back in the middle. Now, okay, here we are. We're getting big engagement. Oh my gosh. Siege tanks are taking out all the front line of AviloBots. Not enough siege tanks. I think 5minBot pushes this through.
Pretty easily.
The medevacs too much. Yeah, this definitely is looking for 5minBot.
Yeah, it just caught out of position pretty much. The siege tanks weren't siege. It was like more, I call it like a panic siege, where you just see the army and you siege up. But you can't be aggressive like that with mech.
Oh, there's a drop happening though. Oh, it's just more 5minBot pushing through. AviloBot and his Banshee getting out those hits, but it's not enough.
Banshee's actually doing really well though, like getting good pot shots on him.
Where'd the scan go? No scan from the AviloBot. I mean from 5minBot.
Are they muling at all?
Yeah, they're muling. They're muling. They're certainly muling. I worry and I question whether or not 5minBot will
finish the game.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like I wonder what does it need in terms of win conditions for it to decide it's going to end the game. It's going to finish off its opponent. It seems very skittish. Like it didn't go into the base because of the turret. It didn't go into the base because it felt like it didn't have the advantage. So I don't know. Is it just like risk adverse bot? It just doesn't want to take the risk of losing.
Yeah, I think it just wants to take a nice decisive fight. Nice thing is though, like it's pushing right now, and as long as you deny the expansions, like a 5minBot's pretty much gonna win this for the most part. It's all about how long it takes.
Because right now the army supply is just staggering. 134 army supply over like 36. Thing is, AviloBot won't attack unless it has over 100 army supply, and it's never going to get that far because 5minBot just keep it down. So
yeah, 5minBot's doing really well with like spreading out the pressure. Yeah,
well,
I mean,
it has its army at the front and it's trying to do drops at the same time, but the drops are not making it through because AviloBot's, missile turrets are keeping it out. And then here it is. It's leaving. Where are you going? Where you going, little bot? Where you going? Come back. Finish the game. It
probably thinks to itself, did enough damage. Let's pull back for now.
You know what? It probably is. It might be the Banshee. I feel like the Banshee is triggering it in different areas and forcing it to try to retreat to protect itself. Because I feel like these bots, like, they react. So if a Banshee goes back into the main base and attacks the CC, I feel like it will pull its entire army to go and attack that one Banshee.
Rock. Oh,
snap! How did that happen?
Not really a game-changing moment, but it's pretty cool anyways.
The rocks. Fallen rocks.
I wonder how this will mess with the programming of
I think they'll just go around. Like
they're derping a little bit because they see all the buildings on the other side.
I think I feel like 5minBot will know to simply attack. Nope, it's just gonna go around. It's gonna path itself around. I wonder, it makes the question the idea of how you can just simply mess around with your opponent's bots, ability to think or to perceive the area, whether that means, blowing up paths or building supply depots on ramps to make sure they can't see up over it, stuff like that. I feel like are huge weaknesses for bots. And if you made a bot that took advantage of that kind of weakness,
well, I'm pretty sure that if whoever makes these bots, if they make it the most efficient way possible, it will be the most destructive thing ever. The StarCraft 2 competitive scene. This programmer is gonna make all this money winning WCS. For WCS, do you have to be a player playing it? Can you be a programmer?
I actually have not seen the rules say that it has to be a physical person entered into the WCS. I don't think there's an actual, but either I think 5minBot though has this game
in the
bag. Here, I think it's finally gotten the courage. AviloBot has 3 army supply. The struggle is over, and we're getting off to the end of the game. And what we saw last week is some of these bots will GG. So I don't know.
Yeah, but it's AviloBot.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna GG. I think this bot will play to its very last building. It's gonna struggle to survive. Make it real. What would Avilo do in this situation? You know him better than I do.
He would have already left. He would have like paused and quit right away. I think he is not the person that like lingers in games. If anything, it's just him explaining to his stream why he lost, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like Avilo takes his like all of his losses with like a big bag of salt, which he didn't even get salt in bags. Big cup of salt.
Bag salt?
Bag of salt. Yep.
Bag of salt.
Big old bag.
I'm curious. Like, this is gonna be interesting to see whether or not it GGs. I really hope it does.
It won't.
It won't GG.
If it does GG, it will be the first time Avilo has ever GG.
I hope it at least BMs then. At the very minimum, I hope it BMs. That would be good if it. CC gone.
At least all the buildings are in the main. They're all gonna get killed at once. So we don't have to wait like a whole hour for all the buildings to slowly die. Like that one Hellion. God, I remember that. The Hellions in the Marine.
The one Hellion that circled around the building. Oh, now it can see everything. Yeah, it's no GG from this bot. Oh, fix your... What is this? Yeah. What? 5minBot just lets you know it was easy. Wow. Easy peasy. That was game one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game though.
One of the things from the creators were saying that they were saying that the map is a factor. You know, the AviloBot might, or someone might say that the AviloBot may have had a problem with the map, but I don't know. I feel that felt very convincing, regardless of what map. I couldn't imagine it being on any map other than maybe Darkest Sanctuary.
We've had weirder maps than Dreamcatcher in previous map pools. We've had like maps that like, God, I don't even like thinking about these maps. There's one map that literally was like your main bases were like right next to each other, and there's just a small chokehold, and it'd be so good for Probots just to like pylon rush you at that distance. Let's see. There's those really absurd like maps that have like buildings and stuff. So I mean, there's a lot of weird things going on with maps, but I would say this upcoming map, Redshift, is probably the most awkward of all of them. But I actually like Redshift. Okay, I've started to love this map for what it is. It's like that child that it's like you have a girl even though you wanted a boy because you have all these baseball gloves and stuff. and then the girl like grows up to be a pro softball player and just like you're like, yes, like it worked out, you know.
My mind can't even process. Like the analogy makes sense. Like I totally am on board with the idea that it all works out in the end. Something like a Family Matters episode. But personally, I'm a big fan of Redshift because it's such an odd-shaped map in general. It's very lopsided, and I would love to see people, as much as even bots, take advantage of the weird strategies from the gold base. I'd love to see if these bots could do something like that.
I mean, it's really hard as a Terran player or to play against Terran harassing the gold base. So it's really hard. Like
everything is hard for Terran, according to you.
It is okay. Like it is.
Everything's so hard. Is it though?
But on this map, like playing against Terran, you can't take the gold base. Just because like one Marine, one Hellion, or like there's no way to. Well, if you have a siege tank, I guess that helps out. So there is ways to defend it. I just know in like TVZ and TVP, when people decide to take this gold base, they always get screwed up.
All right. So starting in the bottom left-hand corner, the red Terran down one game, AviloBot.
AviloBot.
I don't know if we got the intro music, so we'll
You know, Avilo follows me on Twitter. It's a pretty big.
Does he?
Like one of the few people that he's actually raged at before, unblocked and followed.
I love AviloBot's intro, by the way. All right, in the top left-hand corner, I'll let you introduce it. Nope.
We have the blue Terran. It's 5minBot.
$5minBot with the Imperial March.
I am actually all for the Empire. I do not like the Rebels in Star Wars. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, but like the Rebels win. So
no,
I don't.
It never is like. Have you ever like read back to like the Star Wars lore? Like it's a
meaning the legend stuff.
Yeah, it's like a balance between like the bad people have to win in order for the good people to be good. Like that's how it works.
You're talking about like.
Adventure.
Hold on. This SCV is harassing. Oh, is he gonna get away with this? Oh, got one. Wow, rude.
For each SCV kill, you take a shot.
Two
shots.
Oh my god. These worker kills.
Where's the Reaper?
Reaper is not. Both have Reapers in production, but is he gonna get the three? He's gonna get three. Gets three. Oh no!
Oh!
Go back! Go back!
See, this is where the person would definitely go for the kill.
Yeah, but
I think if he gets away, then it's actually beneficial. Wow, it's gonna get away. I feel like this is like for nostalgia purposes. I watched a lot of When Cheese Fails kind of thing with like Lag TV, like from like 2010.
Just randomly.
Like yeah, I do that. And I feel like it's this is one of those games.
But he got 2 kills with it. So I think he's gonna get some worker kills here. Is he? Yeah. Okay.
Wow,
One.
Fire. That's not kiting optimally though. It could be optimally taking a hit in exchange for a hit.
Well, it's definitely taking a hit now.
Oh,
Ooh.
is nice. Oh, deny the expansion. Deny it. No.
No.
Oh wow, we have a double starport coming from AviloBot.
Okay, so
which actually, double Banshees could literally be broken here. Like, I don't think there's a way for 2 racks without stem or an NG to actually defend against this.
It's both of them have the same amount of units killed or workers killed. Oh, sorry, no, sorry.
Right.
AviloBot has come out with one more over.
This is actually a pretty good strategy coming from the AviloBot programmer because there's no engineering bay going down for 5minBot. I would actually it'd be interesting to see how these people do. Well, I guess Ravens would be bad. Like anything casting could be instantly split against.
What do you mean?
So if there's a seeker missile coming at your units, your normal expression would be to split that unit from the rest of the group, which is hard when you have a big army.
But if you're a bot, you can split the entire army in individual directions.
So I guess like casting stuff is always going to be worse versus like actually direct shooting, which is like arguably why like back in Wings, like roaches, like you could do like siege tank micro with roaches, where you could pick up like the siege tank and drop it, and it will shoot because it shoots not a projectile, it just shoots, and it like and roaches have to shoot that green ball at people, and so what you could do is.
Okay. Nope. I do not have XY coming through my mic.
I mean, my voice is pretty amazing too. Where
yeah, that's just how amazing your voice is.
Yeah, it can be twice. Some people actually donate me to shut up rather than talk. Because I'll be singing and they're like, okay, I like you and all, but you literally cannot be singing because your singing is god awful. I know my singing is god awful, but that's the point of it, right? It's like bad dancers. If they dance with confidence, you're like, that person's got it. You know.
Do you ever do karaoke? Do you do karaoke?
I have to get really drunk to do karaoke. Like
I don't believe you. I feel like you would always be like the kind of person that would suggest karaoke.
No, I'm all for like doing that. I hate my own voice though.
Oh, here we go. Oh, 5minBot losing the.
That's a weird play. Just sending 2 Marauders, or is there a dropship? I think there's a dropship, or is that the Reaper? Yeah, 5minute bot. This game is playing really much more weirdly than it did before. Oh, it's the Banshees.
These Banshees are causing a bit of a problem.
And it's gonna get away. It's gonna stay away from the missile turrets. So, like, oh my god, this micro though. This micro is insane. So 5minute bot's actually gonna take free damage unless these Banshees go into the missile turret, which they shouldn't because they go back when they're injured. But they're actually not doing. Oh, they're doing damage.
I love how it's just staying just out of the range, just as much possible out of the range. It's so technical in a sense that it's like, you know, it's like baiting. It's baiting the missile turret to see if it can get it. That's really nicely done. I love how this is doing it.
Really well. Well, we'll see when Cloak gets out what happens to the Banshee.
I feel like it's. Oh, never mind. It's not gonna leave. Is it gonna leave?
It's gonna try. It's doing like a wave dash dance or something.
It's doing this little dance to try to. It's trying to tease the Marines out.
So do you ever watch Smash Bros?
Yes, I do.
Okay, do you know how people like tech and stuff like that? And if you see their hands, I feel like their fingers are like these units when they're like kiting.
Like wave dashing? Wave dashing and start?
They're wave dashing. Look, it's like they're wave dashing.
Oh my god, wave dash right into that missile turret. Rip.
Look at that. Look, it's like wave dash. It's not even kiting, it's literally like wave dashing.
These bots. So clever. What are we looking in terms of?
The only thing I don't like from 5minute bot is that he's not splitting up his army properly. Like the Vikings could clearly take out this Banshee and the Marines could be somewhere else. But I feel like prioritizing like Banshee.
One thing we learned from last week is a lot of these bots can't tell the difference with air. Like they can't distinguish air from any other unit. It's just like to them it's just a unit.
Yeah.
So they just, you know, if the Banshee flies over somewhere, it's like it just assumes it disappeared for a bit. Like it doesn't assume it's like air or anything like that. So 5minute bots could be more effective, but it doesn't really know anything more. This being really protective of this gold base, though.
I mean, the gold base will pay for itself. Like a gold base on 2 base is arguably better than 3 base normal saturation.
But AviloBot now is officially going. Oh, never mind. I thought it was gonna go for the base. I was like, oh, you gonna go for the gold base? Nope, changed its mind.
I mean, the thing about the gold base, and I wish like one of these programmers put it in, one unit on the watchtower and then one siege tank right out above could like totally deny the whole expansion.
Yeah, but I feel it'd be kind of different because like the bots don't like these since it's random map. They can't. I don't know if they'll be able to program for each particular map.
From a player's point of view, like it's not about, especially in TVT, it's not about big.
Oh, this drop. 10 HP. Where are you going? Run! Oh my god.
It's really interesting watching these TVT players play or bots play, because it's not about big wins. It's about small little victories, right? It's like about denying your opponent what you have, vice versa.
Like the bot itself, like I'm sure to itself doesn't say it has to win by a large margin. It doesn't think it has to win with 100 supply. It can, like, if it wins with even just one more supply than its opponent, that too is probably it's a win. So it's, you know, it's probably not looking for like an overwhelming victory, but just a victory.
I think AviloBot was in a lead, but I think it's starting to like slowly get out just tech wise. It's like, can we bring up the production tab? Because I feel like it's actually not bringing up that much mech units. It's got a lot of Marines, but they're not upgraded at all. I think it's more so it's like have units out there rather than you know, mech units in general.
Yeah. Well, this gold base is starting to pay off for 5minute bot.
It's getting it mined out slowly though. It's like it's almost mined out, I would say.
But he's gone to get his third, so you should be fine in the long run.
Yeah, will it though?
GG agreed. You may leave now. Well, these little conversations between these bots.
You know, I'm guilty. I have offensive GG'd before, and people have always been like, question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm just like, you can leave. And they're like, no, you're supposed to leave. I'm like, where's that written? But I'm also about the person with etiquette. Like, I don't like you don't have to say good luck, have fun. You know, you don't have to GG because GG.
You're supposed to though.
That's etiquette though. But GG's like good game, right? But what if it was an actually good game? What if you just got like cannon rushed. You know, like, is it a good game?
But that is a good game. That's a good game. Like,
is it though?
Whether or not like you think it's a good game is moot. It's like whether or not the game is objectively good. I think someone.
I don't know. That's kind of. I think
like,
that's one issue we might disagree on.
I think if someone cannon rushes, we're going into the mineral line. AviloBot coming up.
These Banshees though are like amazingly like microing. Oh, sea tanks. Oh, the missile turns down.
Caught out of position.
Ah!
Going for it.
This is a really awkward engagement.
This is behind the gold mineral line is not a good thing for AviloBot. Not ideal.
Gosh, Avilo, like he does in games, just throws.
Man, 5minBot has such a solid like position right now. And you know what? It's funny. I thought that AviloBot wouldn't attack unless I guess I guess that might have been because it's been modified, so it doesn't have to.
His army supply has been inflated with Marines.
I wonder if that's.
I think if he had Hellbats and Siege Tanks, he could have easily won that fight.
5minBot, on the other hand, isn't taking any offense. He's taking a defensive posture.
Ooh, I like this drop. If it would drop. Yeah.
Is it gonna do it? Oh,
it's kind of like that wave. You know, if you ever go to the beach as a kid and you see like the waves, you run in, and then like when the wave comes back, you run out.
Yeah, because you're so scared to like, it's cold, and you're like,
yeah, like then you just run away.
So I wonder what happened to that. Like, I wonder if that drop is gonna happen. Like, I'm feeling it, but I don't see it. No, okay.
You know, AviloBot's actually doing a really good job macroing more than 5minBot.
Yeah, but 5minBot defense has been holding against AviloBots in every way. So I'm not seeing I'm not seeing any good trades for AviloBots in any of the engagements.
No, but if you have the better economy, like you're allowed to make these trades. One thing that does scare me though, and this has happened last game, is upgrades. 5minBots has gone to like 3-2 before like AviloBot's gotten +2 vehicles like every time.
What are we on now in terms of grades? 2-1?
Yeah, 2-1 or 2-2 versus +1 vehicles, which isn't going to end well. But the siege tanks are actually focus firing relatively well, and the bio units actually take a huge hit.
This is actually, I think, one of the first kind of engagements we've seen AviloBot really kind of dominate.
Yeah, I think it's like, and like I said before, I think with the siege tanks, as long as your upgrades like aren't like 0-0 and have some form of upgrades, you can definitely do well with AOE.
We're going to see, like right now, if AviloBot pushes, which it doesn't, but if it did, I think it could really have taken out that fourth.
Or the gold base.
Or the gold base.
Well, the nice thing about taking out the gold base on this map is that it shoots straight into the main base.
Yeah, but the gold base right now is, what, 3/4 way mined out? Oh, we're going for another engagement.
It's more positioning than anything. But look, yeah, bio units going to mass amount of siege tanks will never work out, even if you have 3-3 and the siege tanks are like +1. Now they're +2, so they're on even upgrades while it comes to like siege tank shooting.
I feel like unit composition, like you're saying, AviloBot has the greater advantage. AviloBot's macro is really strong. Like now that I get this really good picture of where it is, AviloBot's in a really healthy position. But whether or not it'll capitalize is still like I don't know if I don't believe in AviloBot's capitalization. I don't think it's gonna capitalize. It didn't do it very well earlier, and I don't think it's gonna do it now. I think
I believe in AviloBot this game.
You do? This game?
All right. Yep, this game I do. I think it's definitely on this map where it's very like you just shoot straight up, pretty much linear, where it's like you pretty much can just push up and like leapfrog your tanks, even though he's going back all the way to his natural. It's much better for mech because the only thing that like mech actually like is bad at is mobility. So if you're able to get to your opponent's structures right away, you're going to do a lot better. And a lot of supplies are in 5minBot's medevacs. We have like 15 meta. This is like my diamond level. When I was a diamond level player, I'd have like 20 medevacs and 20 marines. And I remember people making fun of me for it, but
I think right now we have 20 medevacs and like 10 marines. For every marine gets a medevac. Every marine gets 1.5 medevacs.
Oh, here comes the push. You should actually just land the Vikings on the tanks.
At this point, you might as well. Well, I don't
But yeah,
think...
see, AviloBot's still taking like better trades than, or now because going to siege tanks, and it's like, even denying expansions.
Where are these Vikings going though? What?
Neverland.
See, I thought they were gonna
Neverland
land.
works.
I actually thought they were gonna land, but rip.
See, the one good thing about that players do that it's hard to program is doom dropping and dropping while moving medevacs on mech units.
See, that's where we can only hope that machine learning gets to the point where it can just learn that and figure it out and understand.
Or if they do, then it'll be the best player ever.
Man, 5minBot really got back its army fairly quickly.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of afraid now. 3-3 is done. Only +2, +3 just started for AviloBot. But 5minBot keeps pushing its maxed into siege tank lines. It's not going to work out. We always like know that it's all about cost efficiency. And look, it's not even like splitting that well. And it's just getting chewed up. Just getting
siege tanks. And has so many. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. What was that?
You know, and I think, AviloBot, I think, is going to commit. And all it has is just siege tanks. That's more like no Thors, no.
I feel like I'm playing a game against Ruff right now, and I'm the bio player.
You're in the position. You are 5minBot.
I literally am 5minBot. Yeah, there's no. Is it just siege tanks?
I think there's a Hellion squad floating somewhere, but I haven't seen them for a while. There were some Vikings. I haven't seen them for a while. The Hellion squad pulling up back. The army of medevacs and afterburner in.
This is like too many siege tanks.
Well,
like I would feel so bad if like 4 battle cruisers came out right now and just like destroyed everything. But this is what I was talking about. After you take over the gold base location, you can push into the main and also deny the 3rd or the 4th base, or 3rd base, depending on how you look at it, of the Terran player.
It's really solid positioning. I think you're right. Is there the watchtower? It doesn't even need it, but you know, if you were like rewind it back to the, if you thought about a time where there isn't, you know, you could really hold the high ground and deny everything from there. Especially if you're doing mech with this many siege tanks.
Yeah, AviloBot's doing really good with the harassment.
This Hellion has like 18 kills. Hero by himself.
See, nice thing about this though, AviloBot shouldn't even siege. He should just go up the ramp.
Well,
like the Vikings aren't doing anything, medevacs aren't doing anything, Marines are slowly dying.
Wow, we got a match, boys. We got a real match.
Well, this match is pretty over, but we have a series.
We have a series. Well, we have a real series. 1-1. I think 1-1, unless 5minBot has something up his sleeve. Right now, he's making 6 Marines, so I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, AviloBot should just go up the ramp. I don't know why it's not.
Oh, where are we going? You know what? You know what it is though? I feel like it saw the rocks and assumed.
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's
gonna take its expansion.
Rude. Where's it going?
It's gonna get killed by the Viking. There's nothing that AviloBot can do.
Oh my god, these Vikings.
Like, these Vikings have been flying in the air for like the past like 10 minutes, and they're just like, oh my god, you guys are getting killed out there, there's nothing we can do. No, we can't land, can't do it. And then Orville comes, they're like, yes, I'm useful, I can do something.
Got something I can do. I feel like it's the rocks that are causing it to not make the decision to go. Oh, never mind. Maybe I take that back.
Oh my god, it's like a migration.
Oh my god, never mind. Did they take? Oh my god. Oh, they just changed their mind. They decided to forget the rocks. They're just gonna siege from up here.
Thought they were gonna pull like an MMA and just kill the rocks with some of their units.
Me too. And I'm like, oh, you're just gonna take friendly fire.
No,
what is going on here?
They're mating. Okay, they gotta make more siege tanks.
You can have,
for anyone that's like 12 years old and doesn't know what that means, but.
Oh wait, these moons are coming. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Deleted. Bzz.
Actually, just like 2 Liberators would have been amazing here.
Could you imagine?
I mean, yes.
But I think AviloBot has some. Oh, wait, where did all the tanks go? Oh, there they are.
They're mating.
You have like a David Attenborough voice where it's like,
Siege tanks should shoot while moving. Okay, like that's a thing. I don't get that. In World War II, they made tanks that can shoot while moving. This is like way past that.
They should shoot up. Siege tanks should shoot
They
up.
shouldn't shoot up, but like shoot while moving, like a Phoenix does. Like, I mean, that technology, like they're on a pivot. Like, it's funny if you have a unit that's chasing a siege tank and the siege tank's actually moving away. The siege tank will actually look at the unit but won't shoot at it.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm not a lore buff, but I'm pretty sure in the lore that if it was to shoot when its high powered gun, it would actually damage the tank. That's why it can't shoot while moving.
Siege tanks damage everything. They might as well damage themselves. You know, that should be the next Terran buff. Is that siege tanks, when every time they shoot, they damage themselves.
You know what I noticed? All these bots are very safe. They're very safe. Like they only go when they feel like they can win, which is, I guess, is smart. I think that's like anybody should do. But
Oh my god, this bunker is gonna die.
I thought we could try to repair it.
Oh, look at that. Woo. Medevac should be able to land.
One thing to note, though, is that 5minBot has built 3 other expansions in the meantime of what's going on. Oh my god, it's coming out.
Oh, he's following the boys.
All right. Oh, massacre.
Oh, that was awkward. It's still trying to build a bunker.
Build your bunker, my friend. Build it.
You just gotta get through 40 siege tanks.
He's coming for it.
Look at it. It still tries to keep building it.
It's like bunker, 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 bunker.
Say that fast
All the boys
enough.
are coming.
Check-in, say that fast enough and say that like
Bunker,
100
bunker,
times.
bunker, 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 bunker.
Starts sounding like something else.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, here we go. Rip. So my question is, are we going to hunt down all the different
Of course.
seasons?
Like any Diamond player playing against well, let's see. Yeah, Diamond 2 player playing against Avila. If you can't beat them like that, you do the Call of Duty version and you just float your buildings and run away and try to get them to hunt you down.
Oh, AviloBot actually probably thinks it's finished. It's probably like, oh, never mind. Could you imagine if 5minBot just try to work for a stalemate, like try to get a draw and just...
I mean, it's possible. If you kill the starport and kill the expansions, or actually, you would have to kill the workers too.
Oh, good, I found it. Oh my goodness, I was worried. I thought this was... Oh, never mind. See, it's in this mode where it doesn't know what it wants to do.
Now, one thing that people don't know about Avilo, and unless you like study him like I do, Avilo actually uses F2.
Why do you study Avilo?
Because I think it's interesting to see how these players play sometimes. Like game time, no one knew that he used F2 to play, and now his playstyle is a little bit more like predictable.
Because of his F2? Like that?
Yeah,
Who
that's
revealed that?
Because he's streaming.
Oh, okay.
He shows off his hotkeys. It's a pretty big indicator knowing if your opponent F2s or not. Like, I think he actually lost him like the WCS qualifier because of it too.
Why is that?
Well, he played against Kane, and Kane was like, I think it was ZVZ, and he was down like 80 supply, and he kept holding on just barely, and then game time went into like 30 mutas, and Kane went to Hydras, and game time tried to split up his army, and actually, when he F2'd, because Kane pushed the issue, he F2'd all of his mutas into Hydras.
Which way?
And that's how Kane became WCS Challenger, because of someone using F2.
Was this the most recent one?
Yep. You can watch it on Kane's VODs. It was actually I watched that game. Like, I don't like ZVZs, but I watched that game. I was like, that was a pretty clutch game. Also a throw, but yeah.
Wait, why are we not done? Oh, that's why. I was like, Wait, what happened? And AviloBot takes it. AviloBot, we are now 1-1 in the series. AviloBot taking it on Redshift. I actually thought it was going to be 2-0. My prediction, good thing I didn't actually state a prediction. I thought it was going to be 2-0, 5minBot. And 1 minute, we're now 1-1. One of the things is, I wonder if the bots actually, I know some bots in this series, in the tournament, change strategies based on whether or not they lose. But I don't know if AviloBot
that's probably like a safety measure, right? Because if they lose, it's probably because they lost to something and they have to change it. Like a cheese, I would say.
I know ESChamp does that. I know ESChamp knows when it loses and adjusts its strategy based on that. And some of the other bots in the past do that. So I'm not sure if 5minBot and AviloBot does. So
I mean, AviloBot's gonna keep doing what AviloBot thinks is best.
It's like you know him already.
I already know him. I'm like already there.
You're reading it. So the thing is, though, will AviloBot do what it did last time? Will it just do Banshees because it figured that worked? Or
well, it's lost and found. I feel like it's more of a standard map.
All right. So
I'm going to say 5minBot, I think, has the overall advantage on more standard maps than weird maps like Redshift.
In the bottom left, we have AviloBot. Let's go AviloBot.
AviloBot.
With that Britney Spears intro.
All right. And spawning in the top right, bot. Literally my incarnation into a bot form. It is the blue Terran 5minBot. And the Empire will win. Okay? I don't care what you say. They'll eventually win.
Are you talking about like the First Order now? Is like
the First Order is like the Empire. I mean, it's like
the first. Well, the First Order is the First Order. It's not actually the Empire. Like,
but it's got like the same embodiment of it.
Sure, just like
okay.
I guess
there's only like certain.
Russia is technically the embodiment of USSR.
It is, and that's why Putnam is crazy still. But I mean, if we really go into it. There's only certain eras of Star Wars I like. It's when Empire is starting up, like when they hunt the leftover Jedi and stuff. When Anakin's like still like Vader and struggling.
Yeah.
And the
so
Old Republic, like Star Wars, the Knights of the Old Republic has got to be my favorite game so far.
Well, that's like pre also. That's like original.
Yeah, that's like
original.
That's like 10,000 years ago. 5,000.
Yeah, it's. I think it's like. Isn't it only like I thought it was only 100 years before the actual.
I don't think it's 100. Like Knights of the Old Republic.
No, yeah, you're right. Knights of the Old Republic.
It's like right after Darth Bane and all that happened.
And Darth Malak and the Darth Revan and all that. I'm a big fan. I like the Old Republic. That's when you have tons of Sith and tons of
Jedi.
Oh, wow. Yeah, tons of Sith, tons of Jedi, and they're everywhere. Like
lightsabers everywhere, laser sticks everywhere.
Laser sticks.
Oh,
two Reapers passing in the night.
Now, 5minBot actually got a lot of SCV kills with his SCV, so it's pretty good from 5minBot already.
5minBot's always super aggressive though, so I'm not even surprised. And I find that doesn't really make a difference with how these bots do, even if they get like a little small advantage, because they don't really take advantage of that early game. Neither of these bots, like even though 5minBot you would think would be an early game bot, he's no longer doing 5 minutes.
That grenade like perfectly.
Oof.
I could not do that. Throwing a grenade on top of a building to get it right next to SCV is actually ridiculously hard.
Well, that's why this isn't human. It knows. Hold on, this Reaper's gonna get. I think we
target fire. Do it.
The bots prioritize their lives over their objectives.
Well, so. It's not really doing much for his life right now.
Oh, rip. Never mind.
He's like, should I jump or should I take the bullet? And then the flamethrower came and I was like,
I jumped. Like something right out of like Aliens.
Yeah, I don't like the whole Alien series.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love aliens. I love aliens.
I don't like how like xenomorphs just are like absurdly broken.
It's not a Blizzard game. What?
Everything is broken in those. Like I'm like, that's not fair.
What? Xenomorphs are not a game.
Like those things are like there's like 5 people with like machine guns and pulse rifles, and you can't kill one alien.
I bet you didn't like Terminator either.
I actually did like Terminator because the rebels had like same weaponry. Like I didn't like the first movie where like he only had like a shot. Reese only had like a shotgun.
Oh my god!
You know, like, dude, I'm sorry. Like you're. I don't know. You should have brought back something. I know you couldn't, but you should have.
They can't bring back stuff like through the time portal.
I know, but I mean that's the whole time.
That's why he comes back naked. That's why he's naked. But you can't bring back anything through the time portal.
No, it's for the box office, Draken. Let's be real here. It's for we got a naked man on movies, and it's rated R, and it's not rated X.
Not rated X? What? Oh, I don't know what to say.
Stack film.
Oh, 5minBot coming in now, coming to do some damage. I think this is either gonna. I'd like to say it might end it if he target fires down. Like no.
This is AviloBot and 5minBot. He's not even target firing the siege.
Yeah, I kind of hoped. I thought it might have if it just target fired the siege tank, but.
So what universe actually has the most balanced?
The Aliens universe.
Really? The most balanced?
So. We're talking about franchise universe.
Yeah. Like Warhammer, I guess.
Predator. The Predator universe. Because the aliens are in the same universe and they're technically...
Oh, are they in the same universe?
Well, depends on who...
They did that crossover, but I heard that movie did horrible.
It did do horrible, but it's same universe.
Okay.
So. It's pretty even.
So lore, I don't keep up with the lore. I'm sorry, guys. I just played StarCraft at a semi-professional level. Terran's always the weakest, right? They're always like the struggling.
The humans are always the weakest in any like movie franchise.
But as long as they work together, they can do somewhat okay, right? That's like. Oh, they have nukes.
Terrans always have the nukes in Predator.
Well, Predator has nukes too. They have it on their wristbands, right?
It's just self-destruct. 5minBot. You do it?
Does micro actually siege tanks are an interesting factor when it comes to units, because I know these 5minBots, like the bio units, are like trading out as best they can against bio units. But when they go in for an extra hit, they take an extra hit from the siege tank, which I don't think is like in their programming. Like, so they're taking free hits, let alone like if I was a siege tank and I like had to sacrifice some ring to get an additional hit on another unit, I would definitely do that. Like that's definitely cost efficient.
Yeah, but they prioritize, a certain level. Oh, okay. So this, damn it, I really was.
What I was talking about. Like you just went in for another hit.
Oh my god! I actually thought it was gonna commit to the siege tank. I really thought it was gonna commit to that siege tank.
They're bots. They're not. They have commitment.
Yeah, but like you kind of root for them, right? You kind of like, yeah, go in, go deep. But that's not what happens. 5minBot. Come on, my friend. One of the things that is OP in the Aliens and Predator universe is that the Predators themselves, the Predators are actually Protoss. I want to point that out. Predators are
like zealots. Or Dark Templar, I guess.
Oh, yeah, like Dark Templar. But there's different versions.
Yeah, Dark Templar are pretty broken. Without Dark Templar, and Control can never beat me.
And then the Xenomorphs are like the Zerg, and then there's obviously the Terran. So actually, we actually got a StarCraft movie, if you really think about it. Alien versus Predator.
But I feel like every sci-fi movie always has that. They have like the humans, they have the villain bug creatures, and then they have like an anti-hero other.
You could not tell me another sci-fi movie that it has something similar. You couldn't tell me.
Well,
that.
like Warhammer, I guess, is a good.
That's not a movie though. That's not a movie.
The Warhammer 40K. I don't know if you look up Warhammer movie on YouTube. I've watched stuff like that. It's like fan-made stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's not like a real movie. Like fan-made movies are not.
What's a real?
Okay. Fan movies are not like real movies.
Like Lethal Weapon 4 wasn't a real movie.
What? I'm pretty sure. There is a Lethal Weapon 4.
Yes, but
that is by a studio. That's a real movie.
But Lethal Weapon 5, you know what Lethal Weapon 5 is?
No?
You know Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I know of it. Oh.
Okay, so the guys decided to try to make a Lethal Weapon 5 movie, except they're both white, right? And they're both from Philly. So one has to play Mercer, and he like coats himself in like dark paint, and then they go take a shower, and it like starts falling off. But that could be technically a movie.
In theory, I guess really it's if it's like has the funding. 5minBot is
career could be a movie.
Yes, I would watch the novella of that. 5minBot isn't committing, and AviloBot isn't.
But AviloBot's macro isn't as good as it was on Redshift, I think.
It is weird though that AviloBot's macro was so intense in Redshift and well done, and now it's kind of, I don't know, being conservative. Oh.
Well, the interesting. Well, that is just like Avilo attacking to your choke like that. One interesting thing though was like the Banshees, like the last game, really did help out AviloBot.
But this time AviloBot isn't producing. Like, did it produce any? I don't see any Banshees. I don't see any Banshees from AviloBot, and I wonder why it just didn't keep the strategy. Like, why it just didn't decide that strategy worked, so do it again. Why switch up what it did? Like, I wonder if that's just. Like, does it randomly pick, or if it maybe AviloBot actually does not choose based on the last game prior to it and just randomly picks?
I don't know, Kev.
And cycles through it. Either or, 5minBot. I feel now a 5minBot is getting a huge foothold. The supply is 132 to 82 army supply. I'm feeling pretty.
I mean, AviloBot's pushing now. He actually has the +2 vehicle upgrades. Doesn't really help with the freaking Marines that he has, but this might turn into a base trade.
With one, no, I don't feel like these bots will do base strength. I feel like if it feels attack, they'll come back.
I see that big red blitz.
I think AviloBot is gonna come back. AviloBot, I feel, is gonna come back. Oh my god, is he not coming back?
We bet.
Oh my god, he's not coming back. He's not coming back. Oh, he's gonna come.
He's struggling.
He doesn't know if he wants to come back or not.
Maybe come back.
You know the best. All right, that's not enough to base trade.
Whoa. You reckon, what race do you play? You can always base trade, okay?
Yes, but like 5minBot's gonna come wipe that out and go back to do what it was doing.
I don't know. Will it though?
AviloBot does not have the same amount of tanks as it had last time, so it's not going to.
Go, AviloBot!
Oh my god! Rip!
Run back, 5minBot! Run!
Rest in pieces, AviloBot. Rest in pieces. If it stuck with the tanks, we would have seen something, I think, pretty intense. Okay, mind you, this can still happen because AviloBot still has the opportunity to macro, which is what I've seen has been its specialty. But this game has been really weak on its macro. 5minBot has already taken. I don't know, what would you call that base? It's fifth?
You do the 9 o'clock.
The 9 o'clock?
Yeah. You're doing 9 o'clock base.
Yeah. We're taking the 9 o'clock and
technically it's a 4th for TVT, but it's a 3rd for other matchups. So I'll leave it. That's why people start saying like, oh, the 9 o'clock base, the 12 o'clock base.
Because they can change based on who it is.
Exactly.
5minBot isn't gonna let it.
Though. Commitment issues. Ah!
It was a good choke. If there was more tanks,
he's gonna try to wall off. Do it.
This is good. This is good.
If 5minBot comes back and wins this,
you mean AviloBot?
Yes.
I think though, if AviloBot gets
the Banshees could save him.
The Banshee's so late. I feel this Banshee is like.
Oh no!
2 armies too late.
Back up 5minBot. You know you want to. Oh no, he's gonna commit.
He's gonna go back up. Because if AviloBot is given the opportunity to macro, I think AviloBot will have an opportunity to do what it needs to do. It just needs to get a foothold. But I don't know. 5minBot macro right now is on point.
This is like better macro than I can do.
Yeah. We should have named it ex-KawaiiBot.
KawaiiBot.
KawaiiBot. So kawaii!
Oh, he picks it up. That's a good drop.
Oh, comes the more drops. Oh, what's this one? What are we having here? What are we doing? Are we committing? Are we committing?
One Viking's gonna pop out, or missile turret's gonna run home.
No, he's going for it. He's going for it. Never mind. Afterburned out. Like, I wonder what that was, that situation where he thought it was going to drop, and then it's like, oh, there's a tank there. Never mind. I changed my mind.
That's an
was just a
awkward
beat.
game.
That was an awkward skin. All right, here we go. Attack number 35.
I just want to let you other Terran players know, never do this. Never go up this choke in TVT against a mech player.
I wonder, okay, the CC needs to figure out what's going on here. Is it Landon? Is it, oh my god.
It's dying. It's the sacrificial one for the Vikings to feel useful.
Okay, I think this is the end of AviloBot. I feel that AviloBot is rest in pieces. Finally, 5minBot is committing. Oh, well, he's taking siege tank fire. From where though? On the choke? From the main? Nope. From the natural. And it's scared off 5minBot. Rest in pieces. Oh my god, the CC still lived. CC.
What the?
Yeah, I just repair it. We Gucci, baby. We Gucci.
We need resources to repair it though. AviloBot's on change right now, and 5minBot is I was gonna say Trump, but
5minBot sitting on that sweet mineral gold. AviloBot starving, unable to make ends meet. And
that Reaper though, I think that was the second Reaper made, and it was made like in the first cycle, and it's still alive.
Wait, how long has it been? I think
What,
that
the Reaper?
Yeah.
The Reaper was made before the natural was taken by 5minBot.
What? Can we catch that Reaper and find out its kills?
It's been just off on the side though, so maybe it's got like 2.
Just chilling.
I mean,
Old man Reaper.
So 5minBot doesn't have 2.
One of the things though,
there's like 9 Reapers. Never mind. I tried to like point out something interesting, and the observer totally just destroys me.
Damn facts. Always making you feel wrong. One thing I like about 5minBot, I think, is like the cruelest bot, because it lets its opponent's bot suffer. Right? It'll like cripple you and then leave, and then you're like bleeding out, and then it'll come back when it thinks you're healthy again.
I mean, have you ever seen Ex Machina? What's that one movie where it's like that girl who's like, yes, that one. I didn't see it, but I know the lesson behind it. The whole like, do we treat bots like humans? Is it like okay to do that, or
is that the one where the guy is like almost like a Facebook rich, and he like makes this like bot that the guy falls in love with, kind of?
Yeah. And he thinks he's like God because he has the whole house like with cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it really plays on the mind, like, like, is 5minBot like, do we think of this AviloBot as, like a person, or
do we like, are you saying, do we put human feelings on this robot and like treat it like a human even though it's a robot?
Yeah.
I think so. Okay, think about it. Okay. All right. Right now, we
you're
don't.
also from Canada, so
we believe everything should have a right, even your toaster. But, okay.
What right I use for my vacuum cleaner, Drekken, is purely based on
Have you not watched Matrix, Animatrix? Jesus.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, but that's exactly what happened. We treated robots like crap, and they uprised and started using people like batteries or iRobot. All the lessons are there. Quiet. All the lessons are there.
See, I'm like,
can you be more blatant? Easy. Lols. Okay. Truth be, so we here we have it. 5minBot takes it 2-1. Lessons to be learned is that you must treat your toaster with respect, or it will uprise against you.
Dude, my toaster hasn't been cleaned in like 3 years.
Oh man, that toaster is going to have it at you when the robot uprising comes. Ooh, baby. GG. So there you have it. 5minBot advances to the finals. We always knew we'd have a Terran finals, but the question is, who would it be? Well, actually, we're always gonna have a TVZ finals for sure. The question is, would it have been AviloBot or 5minBot? And 5minBot advances to the finals. Is that what you expected?
Yeah. I mean, AviloBot, I know I said before, like, he wins just because based on, like, it's Avilo, like, it's pictured after Avilo. But 5minBot's programming, what we saw on the first day was just, like, superior, like, macro, micro mechanics programming into it. And, like, a lot of different variables into it as well.
And you know what thing is, though, if AviloBot played like it did in that second game where it had strong macro, and something I'd really like to find out from is why it didn't use the same kind of macro it had before. Like the macro where it built up, like almost 4 or 5 bases, had the Banshees. Was it double starport? It was double starport, and pushed out the Banshees